Before the student body left for Thanksgiving break 2 weeks ago, the Black Student Union held their annual step show, a phenomenal exhibition of rhythm, dancing, and loud sounds. Our own Henry DeSarno has the story and footage from the event.
Gettysburg was treated to amazing feats of rhythmic agility and coordination, courtesy of the annual Black Student Union Step Show. In addition to the two Gettysburg College dance teams, DOD and Bomb Squad, representatives from the A. Philip Rudolph High School's United Brothers of New York, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity of Maryland, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity of Washington, D.C., Zeta Phi Beta Sorority of Harrisburg, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, Royal Blue 22 of Maryland, and Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated of Maryland performed. If you missed this great event, have no fear. Gburg TV will be broadcasting it in the coming days. Visit our schedule at www.gburgtv.com.
Holden, let me spell out a scenario for you. It's a Friday night. You're kicking it with the boys, watching some ESPN news, because you know we watch this way more than is actually healthy. Right. And all of a sudden your pager goes off, assuming you had a pager. Granted.
Yes, granted.
Well, what you do is you look down, and your pager is a 911 call from the fire department. And you have to get up, get out, get down to the station, change, and go fight fires.
That's tough.
I can imagine. For most people at Gettysburg College, this really isn't a relatable scenario. However, for some, like senior Matt Bacon, this is how his weekend goes. Alex Salatino has the story of some of the hidden heroes here at Gettysburg College.
I'm here at the fire station now. My name is Ali Salatino, and today I'm here with Matt Bacon, Nick Stephanie, and Nelson Dyer. These three guys are all volunteer firefighters, and today they're going to be telling us about what they do on a regular basis here at the fire station.
Yeah, it really varies. Some days we might be running all day, just very busy throughout the day and night. Some days we might run nothing. It really just depends. Some days it's real busy.
Always having your car nearby or being nearby someone who has a car to get here quick. Always constantly checking your page or make sure it's not going to disrupt class, but make sure you're going to be able to hear it. Making sure that you got a set of socks nearby or on so you can get in your boots real quick, go on a call. Thinking about who's in town, who's going to be on the call with you, that sort of thing. I joined my hometown fire department at about 14 years old, started running as a junior member there. Started taking training classes at 15, and by about 17 years I was fully trained, and at 18 I started working. And then I came to college and transferred all my training over here, and pretty much the second month of my freshman year I started running calls for Gettysburg.
At the age of 14 I joined the department back home. Real small town, and pretty much anybody disabled-bodied was expected to be in the fire department. Trained all through 14 to 18, and then 18 I was legally allowed to go into structure fires, and at that point I was also a student here, so joined freshman year and been in ever since.
What about you?
Right after I graduated from high school, I joined the day after when I was 18. Came here freshman year, I joined the Gettysburg Fire Department, and I've been training ever since, and recently I was certified interior firefighter and plan on still doing it.
Okay, so what are some tips you guys would give to people who actually possibly want to join the fire department?
Biggest thing we look for, a lot of our big thing is recruitment, but we don't want to actively recruit in the sense we're going out and finding people. We want people to come to us because that shows their interest, it shows their determination. Because, as Nick will attest when you ask him, it is a major time commitment, especially if you don't have the training. So we want someone who's willing to seek us out. All of us came here on our own accord looking to join. Kids that we go out and find and join, we've typically seen that they don't succeed as well just because they didn't have the interest and drive. Everyone that's come in from the college to join, like us, has been very successful. But because it is a major commitment, it's and you really do dedicate a lot more time than just running on the calls, because it's staying sober on the weekends because you want to run on calls, or missing social events because you're on a call or something like that, and doing your training, doing the stuff beyond the glory the glory days, I guess you could say, running the calls, cleaning up the trucks, cleaning the station, doing maintenance, training, educational programs, that sort of thing. A lot of stuff that you wouldn't want to do, but it comes with the territory of the fire department. Pretty much in this town during the school year, on any given day, if you see a fire truck going down the street, half, if not the entire crew, is going to be all college kids. There are 4 active college kids this year. Last year we had 5. One of them's graduated. So there were days when the entire call, start to finish, was handled by everyone from the college. Me and the short little guy you saw here earlier, Jason Stiltner, were at a pretty substantial fire last December. It was actually over Christmas break. I was back for swimming, and we were up on the roof of this large commercial building. It was metal. It was like basically a warehouse where they made prefabricated stairs full of like lacquer and woodworking products. And we're up there cutting holes in the roof to vent the fire out, and it took off on us because there were these 2 electric fans that at 100 degrees cut on to cool the workers during the day. Well, no one had cut the power to the building by the time we got up to the roof, so we didn't know that. We got up on the roof and literally had to run off. I wasn't scared at the moment, but looking back, I should have been, because that roof went down pretty quick. The building went up real fast, and the amount of fire that was in there was pretty substantial. It was pretty cool, but it was definitely, that was kind of a hair-raising moment that hindsight's 20/20.
Let's see, about 2 years ago, my roommate at that time, Mike Marinan, and I were on Middle Street at a good working apartment fire, and we made access going up a back fire escape, and upon entering the room, both of us fell through the floor up to about our hips because the fire had been working underneath of us, but couldn't really tell. So that was pretty spooky. And for Matt and I, on a call last year, right across the street at the homeless shelter, Matt had to put me out from what turned into a grease explosion pretty much. Somebody added water prematurely to a great big pot of grease that was boiling, and it exploded and then ignited, and Matt, both of us got pretty scared by that one. So.
Nelson and Matt both have a lot more experience than I do. But, I mean, one of the most exhilarating moments for me was my first real working fire, which was actually pretty recently. And just the whole experience, just being authentic. I was on a crew with all the college guys, just like Matt was saying. And, it was a really great experience. A couple other things, but, just first fire was real big for me. So.
Well, Gettysburg College, before we bid you farewell to finals and Christmas vacation, we have a few announcements. Well, actually, one big announcement. On your way back, if you're driving a car, it's going to be a little difficult to find a parking space. Safety and Security in the Parking Commission has taken away the 3rd row in Constitution lot, leaving only 2 for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. They cite ample parking in Stadium lot and in the back of Stone. And unfortunately, this likely means the end of cars for freshmen.
But the good news is that's less people that have to get iced in and, sit out there with the hammer and chisels trying to get their cars out. So,
yes, well,
there are good things.
The other bad thing is I'm super senior and I still have to park in the back of Stone lot.
Well, whose fault is that?
Mine. Anyway, folks, we thank you very much for joining us. Once again, I'm Brian Norcross.
And I'm Holden Mills.
Take care. Keep it real. We'll see you next season.
And happy Kwanzaa.